I was watching Chief Josh Bruce, a very, very fine player. He's made a great home at St Kilda. He's just signed a 4-year deal, I think, Purple, correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
And a very nice press conference for a young man who's just got himself nicely settled in the AFL and a really sort of feel-good presser and good members of the media assembled. And suddenly, halfway through one of his answers, Duke, he starts dodging grapes.
Dodging grapes,
Yep.
as in little round things that we make wine out of.
That's it.
Teammates have been doing that forever and a day, Jim.
No. That's the problem. It wasn't a teammate. It was someone who's paid to be a mentor and a coach and a senior figure at the club.
Who?
Our imbecilic mate Spud Frawley has gone and grabbed some grapes and hurled them at Josh Bruce in the middle of his press conference.
A full press conference going on.
Full press conference, and he had to start dodging grapes being hurled at him. They were hitting the boards on the back, the sponsors' boards, Chief.
He's an interesting case study, our great mate Spud. I get the feeling that he gets bored at times.
Oh, do you?
And he feels a need to involve himself in whatever's going on.
He's pretty worked up during the week, wasn't he? Even more than normal by his standards over Plugger.
How would Al Clarkson...
He's entertaining though, Spud.
Oh,
he's
no
a
worry,
ripper.
and he's ready to go tomorrow. You got to be listening from 12. How would Clarko have gone if one of your key players was re-signed and you had HSBC and Tasmania and all that in the background, and of course, like it was Sam Mitchell or someone, and then one of your assistant coaches, and not even a full-timer, someone who just drifts by for a couple of days a week,
Fly-by-nighter.
picked up a bunch of grapes, started picking them off individually and hurled them at the bloke's head.
I'm not sure that had happened, Jim. Fortunately, we dodged that bullet a while ago, so might be a blessing in disguise.
Now, you've got a hole on Spud. You can take a leadership role here and just grab him and just bring him back into the fold a little bit,
He's a
Chief.
man unto himself, the great Spud.
Chief, is it right that you and he were shooting at each other today and that you might have come out second best on that particular
Well,
situation?
I guess you have to take what Spud says, cut it in half, then water
He's
it
told
down a
me
bit,
he
then cut it in
hammered
half
you
again.
and destroyed you
Bit
to
of
the point where you cracked
paintball
it.
Bit of
style.
paintball. Bit of
I heard you
paintball
cracked it,
this morning.
Chief. I heard you seriously
Well, Spud
cracked it
has
and stormed
always,
off. Didn't say goodbye.
No, for his entire life, Spud's had an issue with playing anything by the rules.
What are you
And that's
saying?
the problem. He cheats.
Oh, that's right. I didn't know whether you were going to go
cheats.
straight there. Right.
Blatantly cheats.
Yep. And so that's what
Enough
happened
said.
today.
Enough said.
But he got you, though.
No.
And I've noticed, Chief, the bounce. Has it gone back to just the bounce? Or
Bounce, yep.
Bounce, yep.
Yep.
Oh, not even just bounce.
Just bounce,
Oh, just
whatever
bounce.
you call it,
Right.
whatever you like.
Well, I was watching the other day. I didn't know a studio audience had been introduced.
First time this year. Yeah, it's
Righto.
been really good.
Righto.
And Spud loves it.
Well, that's what I was about to say. He then behaves like a bigger imbecile than he was already because there are people watching.
He's been enjoying the live audience, as have the other panel members. It's actually been good.
No,
Been
it is
very
good. I'm just wondering how, because then he starts to bring some of his Saturday rub stuff out, some of the head wobble and some of the glass eye and all the stuff that...
They still give a decent whelp, the old paintball,
Yep.
Chief. They still
Yep.
go. My very first week at that's a decent little
One on the back of the elbow.
little bruise. My very first week at the Bulldogs as a 17-year-old, maybe just turned 18. Terry Wheeler was the coach, and he loved to do all the jump out of an aeroplane. The whole
Yep.
team, apart from Hawk and one other who refused to jump. And then the very next week, paintball.
Whatever since Captain Groenewegen,
he decided
give the planes a bit of a wide
two
berth.
greatest fears in life were heights and sharks, and they were landing in the bay, and wasn't keen on either of them, Hawk, so he opted out of it. And then the paintball had just started, had just come to Australia, and I arrived at the Bulldogs, a very quiet, unassuming young boy from South Australia, Chief, and we had members of the SOG heading up either side, and if you ever played the game, you go out
Yep.
and you've got to take part of this field. So I wanted out on my own. I hadn't fired the gun because I was just feeling my way through. So I laid down in a bit of a bush, and sort of covered myself over courageously, Jim, and out strode through Terry Wallace, who was assistant coach at the side. And the rules back then were, if you get within a metre, you're supposed to, hey, put your hands up, and I've got you. And I thought, I'll just shoot him in the leg from down here. That'll be fine. I've missed. Hit him in the temple.
Oh.
He backflipped.
How
to
did
the
he miss
ground.
a leg and hit someone in the temple?
Wasn't a great shot, Chief. And he started convulsing to the point I thought I've killed him. I've
You
actually
finished
killed
him off.
And courageously, Jim, I thought I'll sneak off
I'll
here
split.
before
He realised who it is.
he regained consciousness enough just to see it was me.
Oh, no.
And never quite forgave me.
Yeah, Jim, when he said I was aiming for the leg and I missed, what did you think he might have hit?
8 o'clock?
Correct.
Mate,
Not the head.
There was a gap in the helmet. I hit him right in the temple. And I thought I'd killed him.